When you think of a peaceful transfer of power, embracing free markets and capitalism, and rejecting government corruption, the former Soviet Union isn't usually the first place that comes to mind, but that's changing, at least in the young nation of Georgia. President Saakashvili is the new president of Georgia. He is desperately trying to usher in a new form of government that rejects the Iron Curtain ways of the Cold War days. And it's an approach that has put him at odds with the Russian leadership. And I say anybody who Vladimir Putin doesn't like is all right with me. Mr. President, it is a real pleasure to have you on. I just used one of your quotes earlier on in the program where you say, it is time for the government to be afraid of the people and not the other way around. You are known for cleaning out government corruption. How did you do it, sir?
Well, certainly it's also a great pleasure for me to be on your program, Glenn. And I mean, we were one of the most corrupt countries, but no exception in any ways in our part of the world. And we needed to, we were brought to the government not by special interest, but by popular revolution. And we really basically had to deal with, to do really radical measures. First of all, the first thing we did a few years ago when I became president, we fired the entire police force of the country, and that was one of the most corrupt police forces throughout the European continent. We fired more than 40,000 people. We recruited new people within several months. But here what the result is. If the previous police force had only 5% of population's trust and confidence, according to the Gallup polls, now we have more than 70. So police moved from being universally hated to being universally loved by the people and having support of the people. And the other radical reforms which we also applied, cutting red tape, downsizing the government functions, giving incentives to be honest, as well as watching the people very carefully.
I have to tell you, let me give you another quote here. Quote, the government is going to help you in the best way possible by doing nothing for you, but by getting out of your way. I exaggerate, but you understand. Of course, we will provide the infrastructure and help get rid of corruption, but you have all succeeded by your own initiative and enterprise, so you should congratulate yourself. Sir, you sound like an American founding father, and we have lost that in our own country.
Well, in some way, the people, I mean, I'm not the only one, the people that came with me to govern my country are in a way founding fathers, because we are making nation, it's an ancient nation, but as a modern state, we are making it from the scratch. And, of course, one of the main things is to develop people's initiative, to empower people, to give them sense that they are the ones to build their own country. They shouldn't be looking at the government, because in our case, more government intervenes, the worse it is. We cut red tape. What's our resource? We don't have much of oil and gas. What's our resource in our part of the world? Our resource is having no red tape, having no corruption, having efficient government, small government, because big government, as a rule, means in our case corruption and inefficiency. I think not only in our case, and basically empowering people, giving them initiative, and basically encouraging initiative. Because after all, after so many years of communism, after so many years of inaction, after so many years of cynicism and cynical rule, you need basically a new mentality to tell people, well, we are on our own, our government is there to help when it can. In most of the times we can help ourselves to build our own country. And after all, when people get credit, not give credit to some smart leaders or smart governments, but saying, okay, this is up to us, this is our country, we have to build it, you get an entirely new nation. And that's exactly what we are seeing in my country of the world, in my part of the world. You are liberating inner energy by giving people more freedom. Freedom is the key word. Encouraging initiative is the other thing. And having government that knows its place and doesn't want to overplay its hand, but also can be very efficient when it's necessary to encourage that freedom, it's something that really helps and gives the results.
I have two questions for you. I have to get in. I have about a minute. Real quick, did you read any of our founding fathers or our founding documents when you
obviously, I was very encouraged by founding fathers' example. I have to tell you, I mean, I went to Columbia Law School, and
right.
I had not only
that doesn't necessarily. That doesn't
but
necessarily
I had
study
some of the
American
best
history or the
professors,
truth.
and I remember those lessons till the very moment, you know, and I go
right.
back over and over and over again, because one thing that America really exports to us is idealism, is, you know, initiative, is belief in, you know, good spirits of the man and goodwill of the mankind. But of course, you have to work very hard for it. One thing that changed in my country is that we told the people, look, you have to work hard, and you have to accept the rule of law. And if those two match together, you can perform miracles. And, you know, Georgia has performed miracles. We moved from being a failed state of being one of the top business destinations in the world, one with the highest degree of economic freedom, according to the World Bank, being world's #1 economic reformer, doing very well, being #1 fighter with corruption worldwide, and being top destination for foreign investments from all over the region, despite the economic problems worldwide. And, you know, that's quite a remarkable success. And the main thing, people started to believe in institutions. People started to believe in democracy, and democracy works.
Mr. President, we could spend a lot of time with you. I've got a lot more questions, but I appreciate your time. We are out of it now.
I really
Thank you
love
very
to
much,
be on
sir.
your show. Thank you so much.